Grandparents. I am not a grandmother myself yet, but I have gotten to see some wonderful ones over the years at the farm. I grew up 3,000 miles away from both sets of my grandparents, so I did not know them other than some courtesy visits every year or two. Because we lived such a distance from our blood family, we adopted people wherever we went. We had many sets of grandparents that we claimed. Grandparents by the heart, not by blood. I know in my own life I have seen how grandparents have stepped in and taken care of grandkids. Maybe it was taking them to places that their parents could not get them to. For example, our Papa Frank, my running partner, took my son Gabe to his taekwondo training twice a week, every week for 3 years. I had to teach lessons at the same time that Gabe had his classes, so I could not take him. Papa faithfully took him every week. I also get to see where grandparents step in when their own children cannot take care of grandchildren. For whatever reason, maybe it was a drug addiction, maybe they worked too many hours, or possibly even died. I want to give you grandparents a message from one daughter to her own parents. My first marriage was one that I wanted very badly. He put a tremendous amount of pressure on me to get married quickly, instead of moving out of the country with my family. There were great hesitations on my parents' side, but I begged and they allowed it. In hindsight, it was a very poor decision on my part. But had I not married him, I would have not had my first son, and I would have not started the farm in this country. God's hand of protection was on me. There are things that I wish that I would have done differently, things that I wish I had never had to live through. It is not my parents' fault. I am hard-headed and determined to do what I want, and what I wanted was to be married to him. Love is blind and often flat-out stupid. It was not my parents' fault for allowing me to make adult decisions. Mom said to me once that she wished that she would have tried harder to sway me onto a different course. I would have not have listened, I don't think. So for you parents that were hoping for a different outcome, I want to assure you that it is not your fault. Grown children are going to do what they are going to do. You must be there along the journey with them. And even though you know that the journey is going to be very difficult, stay with them. Do not give up on them. Keep praying. Keep the doors open. Always be there for them. But free yourself from the guilt that maybe you could have, but probably not. Free yourself from blame and know that it's part of their journey, even when you saw the danger on their path. Forgive yourself and let them go. Let them, but keep interceding on their behalf. Stay as close as they allow. Walk closely. To have a fool for a child brings grief. There is no joy for the parent of a godless fool. Proverbs 17, verse 21 of the NIV.